We are such intrepid explorers! We are going so far into the unexplored realms of pubs.
It was true. This might be the farthest we've ever traveled for a beer. First, we had to round Cape Scott on the northwestern corner of Vancouver Island. Then we had to travel to the end of Quatsino Sound. After that, take a left and continue all the way to the end of Holberg Inlet, where, waiting for us right in the middle of northern Vancouver Island itself, there should be a cold beer. Holberg is a tiny logging town on a dirt road, and it's also home to Vancouver Island's most remote pub. The weather was calm and flat while we motored along the inlet. But the calm is deceiving because there's another reason why we decided to make this long journey to Holberg, and it's not just for a beer. We intend to sail south down the entire west coast of Vancouver Island, but the next leg of our journey is a true inflection point. Brooks Peninsula is a strange, solid, rectangular piece of land that thrusts far into the Pacific and diverts the wind, forcing gusts to accumulate in howling fury around it. Part of the reason for our exploration of this peaceful inlet is that while we motored along these calm waters, the northwesterly winds were howling around Brooks at 50 knots. Things were forecast to calm down in the next few days, which gave us just enough time to visit Holberg, have a beer, and make our way out of this long inland labyrinth.
Almost there, 6 nautical miles to go, but no living soul in sight.
All right, we just put the anchor down in Holberg, site of the most remote pub in Vancouver Island. Sort of a funny setup here. So there's this really ramshackle dock that was not listed on Navionics, so we didn't assume it to be public. But as we were approaching, this car came down. There's this like dirt road out to the dock, and we were thinking that he must be coming out to tell us something. But then we put the anchor down, and as soon as our anchor went down, he turned around and left. So maybe he had something to do with the dock. Anyway, so town's a little bit further up there, and the dock sort of thing is a bit further out because this is an estuary, and estuaries often are really shallow near the river's mouth as all the silt gets pushed out, and that's definitely the case for this one as well. So this is about as close as we can get, but there is this dirt road. We'll dinghy over to the dock and go check out town.
What a journey! I think we have deserved this beer that we are about to get. I also traced back our steps from the beginning of the journey, and I was only able to do so as the crow flies, but we have, as the crow flies, cracked 1,000 nautical miles. So with tacking and all, maybe there's even plus minus 20%, or who knows how much. But yeah, even at that, it's a neat number, isn't it? And yes, you could also cover it in 4 nights if you move without stopping, but that is quite a bit of zigzagging that we have done on this coast, which is pretty cool to get all the way up here.
It turns out that this actually is a community dock, and perhaps we could have tied our boat here, but without any depth information or mention of it on our chart, we felt more comfortable just anchoring.
Like all the same old song, the same old cowboy songs, from Townsend Prime down in Guyana. Johnson City down to San Antone, I found my love today.
We are following a scent. Our nose have become quite good. There's a barbecue or something.
It smells really good.
Yeah, we're still a bit away. And we don't know if it is coming from the pub, but given the wind direction and the location, it's possible.
The fact that this is a logging town is immediately apparent. Signs put up by Western Forest Products announce the town, and logging equipment is parked throughout.
Me in my prime. Yeah, you've seen me close to crying. From the darkest times to the happiest smiles, I found my love today.
But our patience for exploring didn't last long, and we soon headed towards the Scarlet Ibis, Vancouver Island's most remote pub. Aladino and I both enjoy cooking, but after well over a month of exclusively home-cooked meals, it was really nice to sit back and have food and beer simply arrive in front of us. Thank you to the Scarlet Ibis for existing at all on this dirt road at the end of an inlet.
I love today.
Yeah, maybe they're coming, maybe they're not.
In order to leave Holberg Inlet, we had to time our passage of Quatsino Narrows at slack tide. As we neared the Narrows, we realized we had a bit of time to kill before slack, so we visited the nearby town of Coal Harbour. This town is known for having the last commercial whaling station to operate in Canada. It closed in 1967 amidst severe depletion of whale populations and rising public opposition to whaling. But during its operation between 1948 to 1967, it was estimated that the station here killed upwards of 10,000 whales. Inside this hangar by the harbor, the jawbone of a 92-foot blue whale stands as a reminder of this history. Quatsino Narrows was peaceful at slack tide, and we passed through without incident. Under a setting sun, we anchored at Julian Cove for the night. The way in is never the same as the way out. Different weather, different times of day, and different wildlife that pass by in the wind and the waves. We head back to the west coast now, leaving behind the inland comforts of the Sound, and fog waits for us out on the ocean.
Good morning. We woke up in Gooding Cove, which is a pretty neat spot. It looks like logging roads come over here because there is a couple of campers on the beach. It's in the mouth of the Quatsino. I wanted to get as far out as possible because we have a long day ahead of us now. And the swell is here. It was foggy yesterday. There's actually a marker with a foghorn in our vicinity, so we heard it all night. Yeah, today we're going to round Brooks Peninsula, and I've been reading up on it in a couple of different books, and it seems like I've chosen the weather well. Some places even compared it to Cape Horn. I know that's probably a stretch. But for Vancouver Island, it is a bit of a dangerous body of water. It's littered with reefs. Somehow the mountains create just strengthen the winds. So also when we were looking at the forecast all the time, off of Brooks Peninsula, at the very tip of it is Solander Island or Cape Cook. And things really seem to blow harder there. And the currents meet, and the book is full of scary tales. So I thought, well, wouldn't it be cool to still get to know the place, get to see it? So this is kind of the first step of approaching it, having slept here, seeing the area. So we chose very calm weather, but I think we'll get to see some of it, which is cool. We are aiming to get to the southeast of the peninsula, kind of go around it to the more protected side from the more prevailing northwesterly winds, which, yeah, today the forecast is so calm, though the forecast doesn't exactly know where the wind is coming from. But the swell often comes from the northwest, so maybe it's more protected from swell. But it's a long journey. It's going to be about 40 nautical miles. So let's get going and see what beautiful places we find.
I am so sorry to leave you on such a cliffhanger, but all I can do is promise that it's worth it, because rounding Cape Cook on the tip of Brooks Peninsula and then exploring the peninsula itself is a story worth telling slowly and completely, because I think for us it was one of the major highlights on this entire West Coast voyage. So that whole story will be told, as always, in next Friday's episode. Thank you so much for being here. An extra big thanks to the folks whose names are now appearing on screen for always going above and beyond to make sure that Magic Carpet keeps being produced. A really big thank you to all of you for watching, for leaving a thumbs up, giving us one of those hypes that I've been talking about in recent episodes. Thank you so much. And writing to us. We read every single comment you write, so thank you so much for taking the time to do that. We really appreciate it, and it gives us a lot of motivation to keep making these episodes. An extra big thanks to all of our patrons for making this possible. If you would like to join Patreon for as little as $2 a month, it's what keeps us going, and it's what keeps this channel audience funded, so that I don't have to stop and read ads to you in the middle of the episode. I feel really proud of that these episodes can be driven simply by creativity and supported by real people who enjoy the journey that we are on, and that we are taking you all on through the videos. Thank you. All right, with all of that said, I think it's time to leave you here, and we'll see you next Friday.